because I'm fucking tired. I just uploaded episode 12, and I've already got some comments. Thank you guys so much for the comments. I got a request by one of my subscribers who's been subscribed to me for quite a while now. His name is Mr. Raleigh D. Thank you, Mr. Raleigh D. Again, I have to read off my phone, as you can see. He requested a crossover fan fiction, which the genre or the fandom I'm not familiar with whatsoever, so this is going to be very interesting. It is crossing over Ben 10 and Akame, and I have no idea what it is. I assume it's some sort of anime-related thing. So, I'm going to do the best I can for him, since nothing is in my queue because all my fucking requests got canceled. Haha, and deleted. Ha ha ha. Yay! Alright, crazy drunk lady. Let's do this. The fanfic is called Ultimate Ga Kill. Ultimate Ga Kill. Maybe this is part of the fandom, I don't know. But it's Ultimate Ga, G-A, Kill. The author is MegaRdaniels. So, let's get started. Oh, by the way, this is 43 chapters long. There's no way in hell I am reading 43 chapters, so we're just going to do chapter 1. Alright, here's a disclaimer. I do not own Ben 10 or Akame ga Kill. They belong to their rightful owners. Oh, by the way, this is in all caps. Ben 10 is owned by Man of Action, and Akame ga Kill is owned by Square Enix. Alright. I guess this is still part of the disclaimer, even though this part isn't really a disclaimer. It's sort of like an introduction or an author note. Hello guys, this is MegaRdaniels here. Sorry I haven't been active for a while. Yeah, me too. I'm right there with you. I just need to blow off some steam for a little while and everything because of what happened to me for the past year. Man, MegaRdaniels, I'm really sorry. I've been through a lot of shit too the past couple of years. Yeah, so I'm sort of right there with you. And whatever you're going through, I promise that it'll pass. Time is always moving. We have one life. This isn't a dress rehearsal. This is our life, and this too shall pass. So, hang in there. Alright. Thank you all for supporting me by reading all of my old stories. Thank you all for that. Now that I am back, what else to start by writing a crossover that barely gets any love? In fanfiction land. Akame ga Kill. Yep. Oh, and it continues. Jesus God. Alright. You can lose interest with all this bullshit. So I hope you all enjoy the first chapter. Please always leave reviews. That's what I'm doing. They're always appreciated. Thanks. Colon, in parentheses, of course, smiley face. Ultimate Ga Kill by MegaRdaniels. Okay, so before the title is the title in, I'm assuming Japanese, which is pretty fucking cool. And then it says I, meaning one, which I also set up my fanfictions like that. Alright, Kill the Intruder is the name of chapter 1. Let's start. Okay, you're gonna want to start your first paragraph with tabbing the first line in. I know I'm nitpicking, but I skimmed through this. This is actually a pretty decent fanfic when it comes to grammar. I mean, there are a couple issues, but it's structured pretty well. Like I said, I don't really read the fanfics before I start the episode. It's sort of my gimmick. I drink beer and smoke cigarettes and just sort of read what's there without much preparation. Oh shit, I think my cigarette went out. Oh, holy hell. 1 second, guys. Oh boy, this is starting to be a crock, isn't it? Life as a hero has its dangers and merits. Okay, I have a feeling that there's going to be some tense issues between present and past tense. When writing a story, I think it's always best to use the past tense. That's pretty much how I write. Because if you write some in the past tense, a lot of times you're going to get mixed up and write in the present tense too, and it tends to, It takes a wise man to recognize the biggest responsibility bestowed upon them. Okay, takes a wise man. So, the biggest responsibility bestowed upon them, it's supposed to be him, since we're talking about a male. Someone with genitalia that flaps back and forth, and dangles. Huh. Alright. Through upon arms, or by through fists. Okay, there's some issues in this sentence. Okay. Throughout history, we have seen void of hope. Or, no, I'm sorry, this is my bad. God, it's fucking hard to read this off my phone and record because of my fucking Wi-Fi issues. That was totally my bad. Haha, blooper. Ooh. Alright. Throughout history, we have seen these many heroes rise and fall, making an impact on the world in which they have lived. See, tense, again. You start in present, then you do past. It's just confusing. Just stick with past tense. The world was void of hope until one summer night in a camp not too far from a small town where an alien watch had fallen from the sky, picked up by a curious 10-year-old boy, only to use it to do some good in the world, only for him to face the universe's deadliest tyrant, ... Vilgax. Okay, God, that was a run-on sentence. Alright. Vilgax. Bum, bum, bum. Ben Tennyson was one of those heroes who would go out as a legend in which mankind would retell for all time. Yeah, generally that's what a legend is. Ben was not an ordinary 16-year-old, okay, I don't know why there's a dash, young man. As of today, he still bore the most powerful weapon across the universe, the now bestowed Ultimix, with it he stopped tremendous forces such as the Digon Vilgax. Okay. The Forever Knights, and much, much more. He was a formidable opponent against his adversaries, and that's a paragraph. Show, don't tell. I want to know more information about these sort of villains. I mean, this is the first part of your story. You want to grab the audience. You want to create a hook. So let's hear more about how he fought against this, what his powers are, etc. But ever since he fight with Digon, his adventures has begun to slow. His Earth was becoming a lot safer, a lot more quieter. That doesn't need to be a separate sentence. More quieter, no, you don't need the more, than it has ever been. Sure, there would be some random thugs hanging around, but to Ben, it wasn't such a challenge. Again, why? I want to hear more about this guy. I want to hear why these people are a challenge to him. How does he fight his enemies? I mean, it might be self-explanatory if I knew the genre, but I don't. And I told the person who requested that I don't know anything about these fandoms, so. But they still really wanted me to review it, so that's what I'm gonna do. Alright. Let's see. Digon, blah blah blah, Earth, Earth, Earth. Alright. He would be happy to help, but it wasn't enough. He was getting a little bored. He was happy to help, but he's getting a little bored. I'm pretty sure that there are a shit ton of things you can do to help. Try one of those volunteer websites. They'll send you emails about volunteer options in your area. VolunteerMatch.com, which I've gotten a lot of spam from. Thank you, website. Alright. Let's see. He's thankful that his Earth was safe under the protection of the plumbers, as well as himself. So are Mario and Luigi in this story too. He was king of the world, dash, in his Earth. Ooh. Others, well, ellipses. That's another story. Okay, then why'd you bring it up? Don't bring up things unless you're gonna fucking explain them, or if you're gonna explain them later, just include a touch of foreshadowing. Ben slowly opened his eyes that fateful morning. He was groaned and stretched his limbs. His eyes were a blur for a little bit until they began to clear. He rubbed his eyes as he usually would whenever he gets up from bed. Yeah, me too. My allergies, oh my god, especially the past couple months have been fucking killing me. His mind began to clear the moment he discovered that, ellipsis, I'm in the forest? Ben analyzed. Analyzed? I'm not sure that's really the correct word for this situation. Why am I in the forest? Ben got up slowly, discovering also that he had a little bit of a bruise. Did he have a bruise or not? A little bit of a bruise, like, I don't know. Ugh, what the hell happened to me? If I woke up in the woods, I'd be thinking the same damn thing, Ben. Ben got up, confused as all hell on where he was. Okay, if you're going to start dialogue, it needs to be in its own separate line. I don't know where I am, how I got here, and why, Ben added. Yeah, you've already said that. This could be that I might have passed out since my fight with Agrigor. You're, like, inserting all these random villains and names. Like, dude, just stick with one at a time. Stick with this villain, explain, the shit, and then move on to the, later on. You're introducing all these characters, but not explaining who the fuck they are, and it makes the readers confused. Ben said, I gotta call Kevin and Gwen, more characters, and have them locate my whereabouts. They must be worried sick. Ben activated his Ulimate and turned on the telecommunications function. Hello, Gwen? Kevin? It's me, Ben. Can you hear me? Static. Hello, Gwen? Kevin? Again, static. Great, Ben sighed. No signal. That's weird. Ben played with the communications function to try to get in contact with them, and then eventually everyone else. Okay, everyone else. Okay, you're introducing all these characters, you're not telling your readers who they are, and now you're saying everybody else. Like, I don't get what's going on, but like I said, I'm not familiar with these fandoms. Alright, he walked around the area trying to find some sort of contact, ellipses. Some sort of signal. You just said that. But for some reason, he couldn't find any. You already said that. Let's move on. No signal. Nothing. Well, no shit. You've said that like in 4 different ways. Move on, Ben. Move on. Where am I? Ben wondered. God, is this ever gonna go anywhere? Hey, that's the girl from the wanted posters. he overheard from nearby. So he's in the woods and they see a girl from Wanted. Okay, I'm really confused. I'm sorry because I'm not familiar with these fandoms, and maybe some people who are fans of these things understand what's going on, but I don't. And I told the requester that, so he's probably cool with it. Wait, what? Ben said. Asked, please, not said. Suddenly, his beacon of hope began to rise once again. If he is hearing voices, then that means there are people. Actually, it probably means you're schizophrenic and you should get some help. And when there is people, there is civilization. Okay? All right, Ben said. Time to contact my friends and finally see where I am, Ben said. He ran through the forest, trying to each them as fast as he could. He was careful to not transform because he does not want anyone to freak out. This was the rural areas, after all, and anything could happen in the rural areas. Okay. Squeal like a piggy. He finally found himself at a creek. Wait, alright, wait, what? Ben saw nothing but a small river streaming to the east, and it made him frustrated. Oh, come on, really? Okay, maybe I'm just going crazy. Yeah, it sounds like it. Like I said earlier, get some help, Ben. Alright, I might as well keep looking, he concluded until he heard the conversation again. That means that Night Raid must be around here somewhere. Who the fuck is that? He turned around to the voice to see a group of bandits, as it seems, surrounding around a young woman with a sword. Ben was troubled about this, knowing full and well how this was going to go. Why? This chick sounds badass as fuck. She's encountering a group of bandits with a fucking sword. It sounds like she could fucking handle herself. Oh, I got the next beer all ready for y'all. Ah, crazy drunk lady incoming. Alright, now crazy drunk lady needs to figure out where she left off. Alright. There were 3 guys. The first man was big and buff, wearing a white head cloak, as well as the other guy right beside him, except for he wasn't all that big. The third man to the front stood silent, smiling sadistically at the girl in front of them. Uh-oh, she needs to slice them with her sword. He had no head scan, but he sure had black spiky hair. Okay, people who know this fandom probably know what he's talking about, so I'm not going crazy after all, Ben said, his voice getting serious. She's a pretty little thing, huh? Said the first guy. Like I said. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's not bang her up too bad, huh? I want to have fun with her first. Okay, so they're basically talking about gang raping this girl. Great, said the second guy, and I really hope that they don't show the gang rape because it's too late and I'm too intoxicated for gang rape. Ben froze before he could cross the creek as he quickly noticed the girl's eyes. And without warning, she dashed through them like they were nothing. A rainbow of blood draped over them. I really like that imagery, actually. I like that. A rainbow of blood draped over them. I really like that. Splashing into ground like paint. Ben, seeing this, was mortified. Why? He immediately, with instinct, ran across the creek to help the man out. What? And arrest him for his potential crimes. Okay, so I guess he's keeping him alive so he can get the justice he deserves. Okay, good on you, Ben. However, by the time he made his way to the opposite side of the creek, it was too late. Be careful, you entered enemy territory, you know, the girl said in a monotone. Or, I guess she said in a monotone, I mean, be careful, you have entered enemy territory, you know. Alright. Oh shit, said the big guy, before two of the men collapsed after their blood sprayed out of their necks, nice, leaving one man alive holding the blood back from spraying out. You bitch, I'm gonna make you pay for that. Gah! The man stopped as Ben noticed Japanese letters rolling around his body from the heart. Okay, I've never been that into anime, but I know a little bit about it, so it makes sense, I guess, for mangas or whatever. Ah! It's poison! The man finally succumbed to his injuries and died. Oh. It only takes one strike, said the girl. Hey! Ben screamed. The girl turned around, her sword ready in hand. What gave you the right to kill these people? They were attacking her. They were basically talking about gang raping her and then murdering her. Of course she had the right to kick their fucking asses. They intruded, and Form, what I can suspect you must be one of them, she said. Yeah, I would think so too. One of who? Ben asked. No matter, said the girl. You are our target after all. Holy fucking shit. Plot twist! Plot twist! Ben was the one that they were looking for all along. Maybe she was in cahoots with the fucking rapist, man. Holy fucking shit, bro. Alright. Enough of that nonsense. Ben noticed the fight between her and the band of thugs she fought against. I thought he just saw it and they died. Whatever. She was mighty fast with the sword. What can Ben do against her? Does she know about him by any chance? Obviously she does, since she said he was their target. Or was it something else? Bow, bow, bow. He does not know. See, you're confusing tense again. But he had to act fast so he could stay alive in this screwed up situation he placed himself under. Try to rephrase that sentence. Part of him said that he could have stayed put and transformed right then and there rather than wait for the last minute. Ben could have listened to that, but he had to jump right in. I mean, if I were a badass, like I'm assuming he is, and I saw a chick almost being gang raped and killed, I would probably have stepped in too. Me personally? Like hell. I can't fight anyone, you kidding me? Look at me. He was frozen right in place, scared on what to do. He tried talking to her, but talking for some reason, don't start a sentence with but, just does not work here. He had to fight to stay alive. Without warning, the girl dashed her way towards him. Ben quickly dodged her downward slash. Ben thought it was over until the girl ran over to him again, trying to cut him down. Ben ran after the girl, kicked him in the chest. The girl held her sword with hands. Well, no shit. Trying to end him. Ben got up. You're done, she said. I was trying to be civil about this, but you just ruined it, he said, smashing the faceplate of his Ultimatrix. Alright, so that's the end of chapter 1, and the only thing we have to deal with right now is an author's note. Hey there guys, it's me. Sorry for the long wait. Ever since I've been in college, I just couldn't make the time to write what I want anymore. Yeah, totally understandable, dude. Especially when you work while you're in college. I've been in tremendous writer's block, especially on stories that I just written down. Okay, fair enough. I just didn't know what to do, So I took a break so that way the next big story can hit me, and it did! So, how do you guys like the first chapter? I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave your reviews in the box below. They are always appreciated. Until we meet again, I bid you all adieu. Alright. I'm not familiar with these fandoms, so I don't feel like I can make a fair analysis of them, but from what I gathered, there were a few grammar issues, tense issues, not really like a huge deal. I just think that they need to read it over one more time maybe, but the way they started the story, it could have been really fucking cool, but they just kept mentioning this weird random characters that we've not met yet, and they sort of just told, not showed. Ben probably is a badass, talking about how he defeated all these enemies, but, like, I think, me personally, I would put it in, like, a sort of flashback, because he, like, randomly wakes up in these woods, which is, like, a really cool way to start. So I think that maybe, like, he wakes up in the woods and then has, like, flashbacks to other dangerous situations. The chick sounds like a real badass. Ben sounds like he's a good guy, because he, like, ran up to the gang rapists and killers and wanted to help the girl. Then there's the story conflict about how the girl was really actually tracking him, and he ends up saving her, which is, it's pretty fucking, I like that. I'm not reading a 43 chapter story, but it was requested to me, so regardless, I was going to review some of it. So I just did chapter 1. It's a good start. Like I said, it had some grammar issues. It has some structural issues with the plot. I really think you need to make the first chapter longer, or get rid of some of the characters and introduce them later, but all in all, it was a good introduction to a very interesting story. So even though I'm not familiar with the fandoms, it sounds like a pretty interesting storyline. You know, we have this girl with a sword who sounds fucking badass. Ben is like, oh shit, she's about to be gang raped and killed. But then, you know, we find out that she can handle herself pretty well. And so, yeah, I liked it. As a starting point, I think the author probably needs to go and look over this first chapter again. But, like I said, it definitely wasn't the worst fanfiction I've ever reviewed on the show. It's actually probably the best fanfiction so far that I've reviewed. So, yeah, just look over it again. Look at the certain plot points. Try to get your tenses straight, either present or past. It's easier to write in past tense, at least for me. So, thank you for the request. Yeah, I had a fun time with it. So, I'm another fanfic critic, signing off.